Happy Wednesday, everyone. Late Wednesday review. I should have reviewed this before. Shout outs to a subscriber of mine. I always love his feedback about games I didn't get or games I should buy. Gamer6, shout outs to you. This review is for you. I didn't expect much. I'm pretty much not as much as excited as the first title of PlayStation VR we had in the past. We had good ones, you know, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Resident Evil 7, Farpoint was on point. I really love that game. There's some good games, and then it just like felt like a bland ocean of same old and nothing good. And I pretty much bought all the VR games that came out. Skyrim is such a must buy, must own on VR. So much fun. And then came Astro Rescue Mission. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a bunch of boring mini games as we have, because you know you kind of have the Astrobot throughout some game levels or demo disc or PSVR world. I'm like, it's gonna be the same boring VR indie type of game. This is from Japan Studio, so you can't play this on HTC Vive. I'm proud about that. Sony finally got an exclusive title. I'm overly excited. I'm overly surprised about this game. I gotta say, it's a pure PlayStation VR masterpiece. There, I said it in the video. Good night. No, I'm just joking. I did some gameplay, but the first world, it took me about an hour. There's 5 different worlds. Throughout the worlds you go in, you have, you know, the story is very simple. Simple-wise, you have this big old robot is destroyed by the evil boss. And throughout the game, you have to get the mothership and all the other little robots that live on the mothership. They are shaked out, and the mothership is kind of destroyed. And you have to find 5 pieces of the mothership throughout each world. And in each level, there's like 5 levels per world. And in each level, you have to find 8 robots. So the replay value is there. Plus, when you're in the levels and finding all the robots is kind of tough. I challenge you to successfully find them all. It's really tough, really fun. The replay values there is going back to older levels, trying to find all the robots. Because eventually you get to the end of the world, like World 1. If you want to get to the boss, you got to have a minimum of 20 robots found to unlock the level to continue on playing. So be mindful, trying to collect all the robots throughout the level. In the levels, those robots, they are hidden top, bottom, left, right. You're tilting and looking everywhere as you're walking through the level. This is a pure masterpiece platformer. This is going to be VR game of the year. I am speechless. I wasn't that hyped up. I didn't know nothing about, but for $50, this is a pure masterpiece. The boss battles, everything. The level designs, looking for the robots throughout the levels, plus looking for that secret chameleon who is hidden in the levels, and that chameleon unlocks challenge levels, and those challenge levels are really fun. So, might I add, no motion sickness at all. I could play for hours and hours and hours. You're pretty much playing sitting down. You can tilt your head, look throughout the levels, looking for the robots, and you're controlling Astrobot in a 3D platforming world. If Super Mario, Nintendo gotta learn from Sony, if you're doing a VR Super Mario, this feels like a Super Mario game in 3D, in full 3D, any platformer. It is such a masterpiece. You're sitting down and you're controlling basically this character who is the Astrobot, collecting coins, you know, just like regular base platformers. But how do I explain it? Go watch the levels. I don't want to show gameplay on here. You have to go watch my gameplay, first gameplay. You're sitting down and the level is 2D but 3D, and you're walking on planks and pieces of metals, and you're looking, and the robots like walking over your head throughout the level. I don't know how to explain it, but go check the gameplay. It's just really exquisite. And the music, the soundtrack for this game, wow. Sony, Japan Studio, wow. Each level has its own song. I want to buy the soundtrack. Soundtrack is so good. The main theme song is good also. Everything about this game smells and screams pure masterpiece. This is going to be Game of the Year VR for sure for Sony. This is really, really good. Must buy, must own. I gotta redo my top 5. It's the more I play, the more I think it's gonna be my favorite VR game of all time thus far. Too original, really fun to play, no motion sickness. You can play for hours and hours on. The originality of the gameplay, it feels fresh, it feels really new. The fact that you're playing a 3D platformer and you're controlling this little robot, trying to collect the most coins and to rescue the robots. That's why it's called Rescue Mission, because you're rescuing all these robots that have been separated from the mothership throughout the levels. It's just quite exquisite. I can't describe it. It doesn't look, of course the gameplay I recorded looks good, but to live it and through VR and have it on your head and seeing the world in 3D, because you can look behind and everything, you can have hidden stuff right off the second, third level. It's a cave full of magical mushrooms, and you turn around and there's a wall you can break. You have to really look into it. But like I said, it controls and it plays like a Mario 64 game, really in 3D. Just if Nintendo is gonna make VR and you guys are gonna make a 3D Mario, well, somebody already did it. It's called Astro Rescue Mission. It's gotta be a must buy, must own. I nominated Game of the Year VR 2018 right off. I'm really, really happy about this game. It is really, but really awesomely great. And the boss battle, classic boss battles, really cool, really epic. My only negative point throughout the game, you unlock power-ups with your dual shock. And at one point, you have this grappling hook power-up. And you have this one chord, and you really have to hit the ring. And it's super hard to aim the ring. Actually, at one point, I held the dual shock next to my face. And I was like trying to aim as straight as possible. And I could see the controller in the game and trying to shoot the dual shock hook. So you could pull some stuff, and when you hook on it, you could just pull it off by pulling back the controller, the DualShock 4. But that aim is really off, and it's really hard to grapple hook anything. I'm just saying, the amount of success takes me forever. Even that final boss in the first level, the Tooth Fairy, trying to pull his tooth out, was really hard. That last one, he kept his mouth open for like 20 minutes. I cut it off in the gameplay if you go watch, but that's my negative point. The grappling hook aiming, it's way too small to successfully hook on that ring. It's too small. That's my only negative point. But for the rest, pure VR masterpiece. Gotta go buy it. Wow. Awesome job. There are still good games out there. I'm happy. Don't forget, thumbs up the video. Love you all. See you soon.